Hello artists. So our boxes are back in business. You still have your cloth. We have your lid on that piece of plastic. You're going to use that to lift it up, straight off. Okay, last time when we ended, the inside of your box was a little rough. So what we're going to do today is take a sponge, squeeze it out over the bowl. That's important. And then it goes inside your box and you have to press a little bit. And I'm holding with my other hand to help maintain the shape so it doesn't get all out of whack. So we use the sponge to smooth the inside. Okay, before we add a ton of decoration to this, we're going to make sure the lid and the box are still the same size. So let's put the lid back on. If they are not the same size, if they don't match up, it's the bottom that you readjust. You do not smash the top to make it fit the bottom. Okay. When we add our decoration, the decorations are only going to be on the lid and on the sides of the box. No decoration on the inside. When we're adding decoration to this, we're using your leftovers. That's why we kept them. And when we attach, we have to use a proper process called slip and score. So this wonderful stuff in here is slip. It's super gooey, wet clay. And it works as our glue. And we use the toothbrush to score, which means to rough up the surface. This helps attach your pieces. So when you're decorating your box, I expect a handle that we're adding on and some kind of tabs on the outside. And the ones we saw in the video had either 2 or they had 4, 1 on each side. We can use clay tools if you want a very specific shape. Like if you wanted it to look kind of geometric, we can use clay tools to carve away. And this loop tool is only for carving small things. I do not want to see anyone using this tool to hack up the big ball. That is how you break the tool. If anything's a little rough, we can just get a little water on your finger and smooth it out. If you want more than one thing that are the same size, make the object, trace the first one. So if I go to attach these, we dip in the slip and brush only where you are attaching. Also helpful to brush the item getting attached and press it on firmly. Repeat for the other side. Whatever you're making for your handle that goes on top, we don't want it to be super skinny. So if you were doing like a sword hilt or something, you can go and roll a coil, but don't make it really small. And as always, if you want texture on an item, we have the box of fun, which has a lot of random things in it, where you can roll them or press them into your clay, and that gives it additional texture to make it look more realistic. You can press decoration into your box. We can carve to make things look like they go in a little bit. And then we can take one of our handy dandy loop tools, and if I put just the corner in and drag along this edge, it carves it away. Okay, then all this rough stuff, just get your finger wet and gently massage. If you want some type of rope or knotwork on your boxes, there's more than one way to do that. So one way is you roll coils that are skinny. Like if I want the top to look like it's got a braided cord, I can roll the coil, which means hands together and apart. And I'm going to lightly squirt it with one of our clay squirt bottles, not the table squirt bottles. And if I take this, I can twist it, and then it looks like rope. Sometimes you get little cracks. If you do get cracks, we don't panic, because that can be fixed with a little bit of water. Where you lightly squirt and gently massage. That makes the cracks disappear. Or you could lightly go over it with a sponge. So then I have what looks like a braid, and I could slip and score and attach this to my box. Another option is I have clay extruders. First, you're going to pop this back end out, tap to see if there's any clay in there. When you use the extruder, your clay needs to be super soft and squishy. If it is not, do not attempt it, because you will break the extruder. Then we take the clay and roll a skinny coil. A little bit goes a long way. So you have this little small amount here. Roll a skinny coil. It should drop in easily. Don't force it in. It should drop in. Round end goes in. Then you may have to stand up, put your hands here, and press. If it is not going, don't force it, because that's where these snap off, and then the extruder is no good. So these little pieces that I just made can be used for more decoration, or you can use them on your project to try to make a little bit of knot work. Now, because these are so small, we can't slip and score. So what we do is we get this clay squirt bottle again, and you squirt and use that to help attach. When you think you are finished decorating your box, make sure your name can still be read, and your class lid goes back on top. Probably want to have a little bit of wiggle room by your tabs. Plastic stays there.